Matt Dolan once ran for office as a Democrat, and he's easily pushed around by the woke left lunatics who renamed his family's baseball team. Now think of this. You know, I happen to like baseball. I like sports, and I like tradition. So you have a team called the Cleveland Indians. Indians. They're Indians. Indians. And they took the name Cleveland Indians and made it the Cleveland Guardians. It's almost like they're in charge of a trust fund.
What's up, everybody? Major retired Richard Ojeda here. And Donald Trump's recent tirade at a MAGA rally in Dayton, Ohio, where he spewed racist remarks about the Cleveland Guardians name change, exposes his ignorance and insensitivity towards the struggles of discrimination.
They're in charge of a trust fund, the Cleveland Guardians. And my attitude is anybody that changes the name of the Cleveland Indians to the Cleveland Guardians should not be a senator, should not be a governor.
Trump's attempt to belittle the decision to change the team's name from the Cleveland Indians to the Cleveland Guardians by soliciting crowd input and making derogatory comments only highlights his lack of understanding and empathy.
Who wants, okay, we'll have a poll. Who wants to keep the Cleveland Indians storied? Wait. So much for that, Paul. Okay, ready? Who wants to see the name changed to the way they did it to the Guardians? Who wants the Guardians? Okay, nice and loud now. Who wants to keep it the Cleveland Indians? That wasn't too tough, right?
The Cleveland Indians' former name was deeply offensive to many indigenous people, perpetuating harmful stereotypes and erasing their rich cultural heritage. The decision to change the name was a step towards inclusivity and respect, something that Donald Trump clearly fails to comprehend. His words are not only divisive but also dangerous, as they embolden bigotry and reinforce outdated attitudes. Trump's ignorance and bigotry have no place in any public discourse, let alone on the platforms as influential as a political rally.
How about the changing, I get out, how about the changing of the names of, we won Fort Bragg, as an example. You know, the people in the area are going crazy. They changed the name of Fort Bragg. They changed the name of Fort Robert E. Lee. They changed the name of the different forts. We won World War I. We won World War II. We won everything we fought with, really, essentially, from those forts, if we wanted to win. A lot of wars we fight not to win. We fight just to fight because we have stupid people on top. We don't fight wars to win. But we won World War I, World War II out of these forts, and now they changed the name in disgrace. It's a very terrible thing.
Donald Trump's recent remarks regarding the renaming of Fort Bragg to Fort Liberty are not only ignorant, but also deeply disrespectful. His dismissal of the decision to rename the fort as a disgrace is a slap to the face to the countless individuals who have fought for justice and equality throughout history. His insistence on preserving the names of bases honoring leaders of the pro-slavery Confederacy is a blatant endorsement of racism and white supremacy. From his callous approval of the Keystone XL and Dakota Access pipelines, which trampled on indigenous rights and sovereignty, to his ongoing attacks on diversity and inclusion, Trump has consistently prioritized his own agenda over the well-being of others. His comments on military bases being renamed reflect a larger pattern of behavior characterized by arrogance, ignorance, and insensitivity. It's hard to take him seriously anymore, as his words seem disconnected and confusing. Does anyone at these rallies even listen to him, or are they just there for the spectacle? His claims about the left controlling major industries and institutions lack any substance and appear more like fear-mongering than genuine discourse. It's concerning that someone in such a prominent position would resort to such baseless accusations. Are these rallies simply a platform for spreading misinformation, or do attendees genuinely believe what is being said? One has to wonder, are people really buying into this moronic MAGA narrative, or are they just going along for the ride? 2024 is a choice between good and evil, folks, and you got to pick a side, and that is an absolute fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.